Obviously, I hope we're at the bottom, and that'd be great. But all right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. So it is the weekend, so I'm doing my weekly update right now on our 10K to 100K challenge. So for those of you who don't know what this is, you can watch last week's video that I made over the weekend, and I go in depth into explaining what the challenge is, but it is what it sounds like. We took an account on January 1st, put $10,000 of cash into it. I'm buying equities over the course of time, and we're looking to do a few things. We have a few different goals in this challenge. Number one, we want to make money. Obviously, that's the goal of investing, is to make money. Number two, we're going to compare ourselves to all of the major indexes, and I'm going to go through and show you what those are in a minute. I picked 8 different benchmarks to compare ourselves against. So what we're hoping to do is beat all 8 of those and come in first place for the year. And then lastly, beyond that, we're looking to turn $10,000 into $100,000. Now, this is a 2022 challenge, but I expect that it will take longer than that to do so. However, we do want to hit all of our objectives and make money in 2022. And so far, I can tell you, 2022 has been tough. We will take a look at that. It's very early in the year, but regardless of whether it's an easy market or a difficult market, the point is we want to have a strategy here where we make money over time either way. So if you're new to the channel, please do us a favor and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. And if you like this video, please do us a favor and smash the like button. And any thoughts you have on this challenge, on the stocks we picked as we go through it, leave a comment below. I read all the comments and I respond to many of them. So, okay, so let's get into the challenge. The first thing we need to talk about is what is going on with the market in 2022 so far. We are 3 weeks into January, and I'm going to show you a chart of how everything is doing so far. And as you guys already know, it's not good. Here's the 8 things that we're comparing ourselves. I picked the 4 major indexes, the 2 largest precious metals, and the 2 largest cryptocurrencies. So that's what this list is. And we've been tracking this list, and we're tracking ourselves against this list, and we will be doing so all year. The top 2 performers this year are actually precious metals, which is extremely rare. It's unlikely that that's how the year is going to turn out, but you never know. So right now, silver's up 4%. Gold is basically sideways, and that leaves it in second place out of everything. The Dow, which tends to be the least volatile of all the indexes, is down 5.7%. Remember, we're 3 weeks into January, so that's a massive drop-off, particularly for the Dow. The S&P 500, which is supposed to be the broadest view of the market, is down 7.7%, and then things get really ugly from there. The Russell 2000, which is the small cap stocks, is down 11.5%, and the NASDAQ is now down 12%, 11.99% year to date, and we're 3 weeks into the year. So I believe both of these are trending towards the worst January ever. You know, there's still 1 week left, so anything could happen. Maybe we'll get a turnaround, but so far, 2022 off to a rough start. In very last place, we've got the cryptocurrencies, which have been getting beaten down even worse than the indexes. Bitcoin is now down 23.6% on the year, and Ethereum is now down 33% on the year. Year to date, that's 3 weeks. This is not a 52-week analysis. We're 3 weeks into the year, and these things are down 23.5% and 33%. Very tough start to 2022. So that can be good news or bad news depending on how you invest. So I talked a lot about last week how I've tried to pick high-quality stocks that I thought had massive upside and that would have huge growth over time, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x. Those are the types of stocks I'm looking for. This challenge is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not looking to go $100,000 or bust. We're trying to invest in a smart way here and take a mid to long-term approach to this. So I've been averaging in over the last 3 weeks. I have another mini series that I'm doing right now, and it's stocks on my watch list that have hit a 52-week low. I'm about to make my 4th video, so I'm doing 4 or 5 stocks per video. These are not just any stocks. These are stocks on my watch list that are hitting 52-week lows. There is an enormous amount of stocks in the market right now that are at or near their 52-week low. So if you can stomach it, that actually is a great thing from an investment standpoint if If you understand your stock and you believe in the fundamentals and you're willing to buy and hold and stick with your stocks. If you do not understand your stock or you do not have the stomach for high volatility, obviously this is a very bad market for you, because if you look at this board, half the board is down over 10%, and we're only 3 weeks into the year. So I expect 2022 to be extremely volatile, but I do not expect it to just go down in a straight line. I expect the good times and the bad times. So we're going to stick to picking the best stocks that we can find. I did not add any new stocks this week to the list. I will show you what stocks are in my portfolio right now. However, I did average into several of the stocks on my list. A lot of them got beat up this week, but I have not changed my mind on any of these stocks. None of their stories have changed. None of their fundamentals have changed. It's just that they're getting beaten up. The market's getting beaten up. So these are the times where we take the opportunity to dollar cost average in and increase our positions. So we got to take a little pain first to get where we're going. That's my philosophy, and I'm not shorting the market or doing any of those things to make some quick money. This is more about long-term investment strategy so that we can learn together how to invest and how to be patient and how to make money over time. Okay, so I hold 8 stocks in this portfolio and a total of 10 positions. I do have 2 options positions. I try to keep my options at 10% or less of my total portfolio. This list is actually in order from largest to smallest, and none of these are materially larger than any of the rest of them. So they're all similar size positions, but you'll see my 2 options are down near the bottom. They're my smallest position and my third smallest position. Because I do believe by the end of the first quarter, Bitcoin will have turned the corner and be heading in the right direction. Having said that, as we saw on the chart, Bitcoin's getting decimated. It's down 23% in the last 3 weeks. And it actually got worse than that over the weekend. So we'll see what happens on Monday. Now, all my Bitcoin positions put together, I'm investing in 3 different Bitcoin miners, which is Bitfarms, Hut 8, and CleanSpark. So those 3 positions plus my 2 options positions, all those put together are still less than 30% of my portfolio, and that's where I intend to keep it. I don't want to have a concentration any higher than that. It starts to get too concentrated and too high risk. I have a high level of conviction in Bitcoin over the course of this year, so I don't mind having that be my biggest position, but I don't anticipate it getting any bigger than 30%. That doesn't mean I won't continue to average into these positions over time. If they go down and become less than 30% of my portfolio, I'm likely to rebalance and bring them up to 30%, unless I see something fundamental change with Bitcoin and I change my opinion on where it's going. The other stocks that we have on here, I have 2 small cap EV stocks that are at or near their 52-week lows, and I have 2 other small cap high growth stocks that are also at or near their 52-week lows. So my top 2 positions at the moment happen to be Romeo and Arrow. I averaged into those this week, so those inched above some of the other positions, but really all of these positions have a similar amount of money invested. Okay, so that's a detailed look at the portfolio. Let's look at how it's performing year to date. Okay, so the $10,000 that was put in here on January 1st, really January 3rd, because that was the first business day of the year, that $10,000 is now worth $8,227.56. So you can see I'm down about $1,770. Just like all the indexes and Bitcoin, and we saw that my portfolio is Bitcoin related. And the Bitcoin miners, by the way, are a leveraged play on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is down 23%, the miners have done even worse than that. So that has been some pain in the short term. However, from my perspective, it has allowed for some incredible buying opportunities. So I said last week, a lot of these stocks are at their 52-week lows and they're likely to get lower. I'm going to say the same thing this week. I don't think the market has bottomed out yet, which is why you will see available for withdrawal. I still have $3,373.71 that I have not yet invested. I'm keeping some powder on the sidelines because I don't think we're at the bottom yet. Obviously, I hope we're at the bottom, and that'd be great, but I'm anticipating some more opportunities. I have another 30 or 40 stocks that I am interested in that I haven't even started a position in yet. I don't think they're done going down. So over time, I will pick some of those. Obviously, I cannot invest in all of those, but if I can find the right 3 to 5 more stocks to get into, I will do that. That's what I'm likely to do with the rest of this money over the next few weeks. Okay, I'm just going to give you guys a look at Friday. Friday was a train wreck for the portfolio, down $599. Friday was a train wreck for the stock market. Friday was a train wreck for Bitcoin. As a result, this portfolio took a hit, but I did average into a lot of things on Friday. So once again, that's your good news, bad news. The bad news is we're down to $8,227. The good news is I got to average in to a lot of my portfolio this week. Okay, so now let's take a look at the big picture and compare and see how this portfolio, our 10K challenge, is doing versus the 8 benchmarks that we've chosen to measure ourselves against. The portfolio is down 17.7%. So that is actually worse than the Russell and the NASDAQ, which are down in the 11 to 12% range, and a little better than Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are down 23% and 33%. So I'm very heavy. Most of the stocks that I will invest in over the course of this time fit into the Russell 2000 category. They may not be in the Russell 2000, but the Russell 2000 is small cap stocks. That's the vast majority of my portfolio. So the Russell 2000 and then obviously Bitcoin, those are the 2 areas that will have the largest impact on my portfolio. Now, just because the Russell 2000 may go down all year doesn't mean I expect my portfolio to go down. If we've made the right stock picks, they will bottom out and recover throughout the year, even if the Russell 2000 itself struggles. Right, because we can't do anything about what the indexes themselves are doing. We've just got to try to find a way to make the right picks and be patient. I've done a ranking here. Last week we were ranked 5 out of the 9 competitors. This week we are now ranked 7 out of the 9 competitors. So just to let you guys know, it's my goal by the end of the first quarter, I would like to be number 1 on this list. And then obviously maintain that position forever and start to pull away from the field. So that's the objective. So right now we find ourselves falling from 5 to 7. I did get to average in this week on a lot of good stocks, and I still have my eye on some stocks I haven't bought at all yet that are already at their 52-week lows, but I'm fairly confident are going to go even lower. I'm not just buying random stocks at their 52-week lows. What I am looking for, there are hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of stocks hitting their 52-week lows. Inside of all those stocks, there are a few hidden gems that have just gotten thrown away with all the other companies. So that's our update for where we are right now. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please like this video, and if you have any thoughts or comments, I read all the comments, so drop us a comment below. And thank you so much, and we will see you in the next video.